Yeah, this one's called PineWood Island. Let's start. There you go. Oh, I gotta customize my character. Ooh, let's go. All the good stuff. I like a ginger. Let's go. But I like those purple. No highlights. That's it? That's the choices? Hold on, underwear. There's no purple? Oh, this is bullshit. I mean, that sweater's hella ugly though. We can't change the color? Does it change with the outfit? Hold on. Oh, it doesn't. Well, we're gonna wear a sweater. Okay, everything was packed. Hold on. Yeah, I think it's a little loud, isn't it? Okay, everything was packed and I was almost ready to leave. I was about to spend 4 weeks. Oh, thank you for the host, Aurak! No purple? No purple. I like purple. My eyes are purple. I was about to spend 4 weeks on a secluded island. I also had to study plants while I was there, but it counted for double the science credits. Okay. After applying for the grant, I almost forgot about it. What were the odds that I'd be awarded the funds to go? Then a week ago, I got the email text telling me that my essay had been the best. Okay, I read a little bit on this game. It's basically some students go on an island, a charted island with their professor. The professor turns up dead, and they can't leave the island until their charter boat comes back like 2 weeks from now, or a week from now. So this shit's about to get crazy. I'm gonna listen to you read as I fall asleep. Okay, alright, Aurak, that's cool. The other game we played was like 5 minutes. I don't know if you saw that, but that shit was like 5 minutes. So not only was it an island trip, but it was paid for. I could never afford it. I could have never afforded it otherwise. There had been a quick online meeting, but I couldn't tell if I would know anyone from that. It's not like I had seen their faces or full names. In it, I saw it, then I saw this. Oh, okay. There was also a lot of rules about staying out of the water. It was falling kind of chilly, but still, it seemed like overkill. But how did I feel about getting stuck on an island for a month? There wouldn't be any internet or cell reception, and I probably wouldn't know anyone there. A loud buzzing from my phone made me jump. It was time. I had to go. I checked everything over and one last time, and then grabbed my suitcase. Ugh. The boat ride was longer than I thought it would be, and I spent most of the trip in the bathroom miserable. Ooh. Apparently, I got seasick. No shit. When the boat had finally docked at the beach, I was the first one off of it. I stumbled when my feet touched solid ground, but I was too relieved to care. I simply let myself fall onto the sand, the nice, immobile sand. Ooh, hey, how you doing? What's good, player? Are you okay? You look a little unwell. I'm starting to feel better now, thanks. I took some slow breathings and looked up at the guy who spoke. You're Ray, right? Didn't we have that math class together? Oh, and English comp? I remembered seeing him before because I thought he was cute. I really hope it didn't show on my face at that moment. Yeah, we've had a bunch of classes together. Guilt Summer 5196, right? Yeah, I'm so glad there's someone I know here. You don't know him. You just know his face. I didn't get a chance to meet anyone on the boat. My plan to get to know the others while we traveled to the island had been ruined by my sensitive stomach. Oh, this bitch. This fucking bitch. Oh, we won't have a problem. So, you're the girl who was locked in the bathroom the whole time? Yeah, that was me. I'm Guilt Summer. Nice to meet you. I'm Mary. After giving her name, she paused for a moment. I waited for her to say something else. Bitch. But then she just walked away without another word. Well, she was a bitch. Yeah. I'm going to go on ahead. I'll see you around, though. Ooh, that bitch. Yeah, exactly. Okay, great. Ray left, and then the professor and his TA walked up to me. Oh! Shit! Why they had to do my girl like that? Oh my god. Why they had to do her? I gotta be quiet. My neighbor's probably trying to sleep. Why they gotta do her like that? The fuck? Punch that bitch in the vagina? Nah, punch her in her fucking shit. Good to see you looking better. Oh my god. I would prefer afro. I mean, can you just give her an afro? A nice fluffy afro. What the fuck is this? This is like a mixture between dreads, a roller set, and a lot of new growth going on here. What the fuck is this? What is this? Yeah, everyone was worried. I'm Susan. Nice to meet you. This teacher don't even look like a fucking professor. He look like a student posing as a professor. What the fuck is this shit? Like he just graduated. It looked like he just graduated with his master's or whatever, or his PhD, and he was the youngest in his class. He's not even fucking like 25, the bitch. Push. I dig the hair. Whatever, Aura. Thanks, Professor Kent. Nice to meet you, Susan. Let's continue all of these introductions inside. He turned away from me and shouted to the others so that the others could hear him. Follow me inside, everyone. He walked away with Susan following close behind him. There were 5 students there and then me. Besides us, there were also the professor and Susan. I tried to see if there was anyone else I recognized on the walk to the house, but there was no one. Still, there was Ray. I was surprised how nice it was to see a familiar face. A guy about my age fell and stepped beside me. He was very tall and also quite attractive. Dude, you look like a girl. The fuck out of here. Bitch. Hey there, what's your name? I'm Guilt Summer. You? I'm Carl. Carl! So what's a pretty girl like you doing with all us science nerds? Looked like fun? This bitch looks like a fucking girl. Cut your shit, man. The fuck? Well, now that you're here, it will be. Okay, this fucking this bitch. See you around. Oh my god. I wondered if his looks let him get away with all that bad, blatant flirting. So friendly. I heard someone scoff just behind me, so I turned to see who it was. Probably that bitch, Mary. Probably that bitch, Mary. Oh! Who the fuck is this guy? Is this a guy or a girl? I can't tell. Well, it's a very flat girl, so it must be a guy. A guy I hadn't met was looking out at the water. When he noticed me look at me, he turned to me, clearly amused. Don't be too flattered. He's already flirted with like that with the other girls here. I guess he had seen the exchange between Carl and myself. Well, no shit. Oh? Figures. That's what I figured. What a creep. He was still cute though, but not that cute. I know, he does this all the time. We live in the same dorm building. I'm Matt, by the way. Nice to meet you. I'm Guilt Summer 5196. Thanks for the heads up, too. Matt Matt was, well, it would be a nice trip. Wow. No problem. She ain't into Matt. She ain't into Matt. A large mansion came into view, and I stumbled while gawking at it. I'd read on the informational packets that we would each have our own room, but it hadn't occurred to me how big the house would be. The packet had also said we would be responsible for cooking and cleaning up after ourselves. The only people on the island were us, and we were expected to leave it the way we found it for the next group. We all walked in, and there was a grand entrance room with stairs to an upper level. Things looked clean, but maybe a little too sterile. Of course, no one lived here regularly, so that was probably why. No shit, they probably rent it out. That's how they make their money. Somebody probably owns this island, this private island. Like that guy from Virgin Records. Is it Virgin Records? Records Virgin? Who owns his own island and shit? I looked around, but no other than Ray and I seemed to be in awe of the place. Our eyes met, and I smiled and shrugged. I didn't want to call attention to myself, but it felt good that I wasn't alone in my gawking. Ray started to walk towards me, but the professor told us to head into the dining room. This bitch. Why they had to make him look like that, though? Bow tie, all that shit. A flower, pocket protector. Oh my god. Once everyone sat down, the professor cleared his throat and spoke. They should have gave him suspenders like Steve Urkel. Why don't we all go around the room and introduce ourselves one at a time? Just say a few things about yourselves, like what you're majoring in, that sort of thing. I'm sure you've all done this before. He looked around, but no one was looking at him or each other. I'll start. You can call me Kent, or Professor, or even Professor Kent. I'm the head of the botany program at the university. I'll be staying in the master suite on the main floor, so if any of you ever need anything, that is where I will be. Except for when we're doing excursions and labs, of course. He then sat down, and Carl quickly stood up. This fucking asshole. Everyone shifted their attention to him. This bitch. Hey everyone. I'm Carl. I'm an environmental science. I can't fucking do Carl. I'm an environmental science major, and I also happen to be single. Forever you will be single, bitch. He winked at me before sitting back down. What the fuck? What a tool. Sit your ass down, Carl. I looked down and hoped that I hadn't blushed or looked like an idiot. This bitch. I'm Mary. I'm a biochemical engineering major. I need this program to graduate early. Yeah. She swiftly sat back down. I'm Matt. I major in English, and I'm taking this to satisfy my science requirements. He glanced around the room for a moment, and our eyes met briefly. He gave me a smile before sitting back down. A guy I hadn't met yet stood slowly. He looked like he would rather jump out the nearest window than speak to everyone. I'm Jesse. Geology. He clumsily sat back down, almost falling on the floor instead of sitting on the chair. He shot a quick look around the room, but no one reacted. That seemed to make him relax a little bit. Oh shit, here we go. What is this in the corner of her mouth? What is this red thing right here? What's this red thing? What is that, like? Is she like wearing lipstick and she's smiling and it's... What is that? Okay. Hi everyone, I'm Susan. I'm actually here as a TA, so if you need any help, just let me know. I'm here mainly to assist in the lab. She sat back down, and when our eyes met, she gave me a small wave. Okay. She seemed to be more cheerful than everyone else in the room combined. She's on that shit. She took some uppers. Oh, it's the inside of her mouth? She is smiling way too hard then. If we can see the inside of your mouth, she's smiling way too hard. No thank you. This bitch. This stunt queen right here, though. The next student I hadn't met either. He stood up gracefully and pulled on his cuff before speaking. You may call me Joey. I'm here more for a vacation, so if there's no objections, I'm going to be heading to my room now. With that, he walked out of the room. We all looked at each other and then at the professor. Professor Kent just shrugged and motioned for us to continue. Stunt queen, I told you. It was Ray's turn next, and then mine. I'm Ray. I'm undecided, but I thought this would be a nice trip. He glanced at me before sitting down. I gave him what I hoped was an encouraging smile. He smiled at me before sitting back down. shit, it was my turn now. I forced a smile and tried to stand up without showing my nerves. Oh shit. Hi, I'm Guilt Summer. I'm really excited to be on this trip. As for my major... I'm a biology major. I'm not sure what I want to do yet, but it seems like a good fit for me. I sat back down and looked around the room. Everyone's attention was elsewhere, though as Kent stood to resume speaking. Now that the pleasantries are out of the way, I encourage you all to relax tonight. The pantry is full of food, we have plenty of supplies, and there's no cell reception. So I suggest you get better acquainted with each other, or it'll be a long 4 weeks. Joey strode back into the room looking very annoyed. What the fuck, Joey? This stunt queen. This fucking bitch. He's sweating and shit. What? Should I resume? There is no internet either. This. This bitch. Oh, how is it safe to completely cut us off on this island for 4 weeks? Oh, it's a month. A month? That's a long time. I better get my degree as soon as I get back to civilization. That's for damn sure. He was acting like a jerk, but he kind of had a point. That is a long time. The informational packet didn't mention that we would be so cut off. That is a long time, lady! Oh my god! Relax, there's a landline. Susan knows first aid, and we aren't going to do anything dangerous. If you say so. There's no TV, there's no, like, nothing. With that final comment, he left the room again. Actually, you know what? If there's electricity, I will take a TV and a VCR and a DVD player with a whole bunch of movies to pass the time a little bit. There you go. I looked around, but no one else seemed to be alarmed by what the professor was saying. I decided to not let it bother me either. So now you all know that we also don't have Wi-Fi. The phone is in the kitchen. I trust you can figure it out. They are all dead. Exactly. First aid. Now everyone is dismissed. Go unpack and make yourselves at home. The lab is to the right of the house, and the greenhouse is to the left. They're big, so they're hard to miss. Your rooms are upstairs. I looked down at the packet, which I had folded up and shoved into my pocket. Our rooms were assigned, and I rechecked the room number I had been given. What's a phone gonna do on an island? I don't know. Probably call for help. I'm not completely sure, lady. I'm not completely sure. I know what you meant. You didn't have to do a correction. I know what you meant. I don't know. It's gonna take them like a year to get there anyways by boat. I don't fucking know. Before anyone could leave the room, though, Susan caught our attentions. Maybe they could send a helicopter, but I don't see a helipad. I don't see a helipad. This group. I have the itinerary, everyone. There's a copy for each of you, but I brought extras just in case you lose them. She started to hand them out, and I looked down at mine. I was surprised to see so much free time had been allowed to us. I assumed we would really be busy. We would be really busy. It was supposed to be an intensive program. Thanks, Susan. I'm heading up to find my room. Yeah, me too. Thanks. Yeah, thanks. Susan started to leave, but then Mary spoke up. Why does she look so angry all the time? What the hell is this? I'm sorry? What's wrong? How can this schedule possibly satisfy 8 hours of botany credits? I was told this program would count as 2 classes as opposed to 1. It will, since it's very hands-on and... Chill out, Mary. You will get the credit whether you do the work or not. Professor Kent is very laid back. Fine, whatever. Mary, if you like, I could talk to Professor Kent and see if he would be willing to add more to the program. Then everyone will hate me. No thanks. I don't care as long as I can still get credit. I need to graduate as soon as possible. I started to back away from them. Mary seemed a little intense. I didn't have the energy to stick around her too long. I know, she's a life sucker. Bitch, out of here. As I started to walk up the stairs, I caught sight of Professor Kent heading to his room with a bottle of red wine. Oh shit, it. Matt had said he was laid back. Perhaps it was more of a vacation for him, as well as Joey. I lugged my suitcase upstairs while the others did the same or were talking with Susan about the itinerary. The hallway was long and the bedrooms were marked with numbers to let us know which was which. I found mine and opened the door. Good lord. My room wasn't anything special, which was a bit of a letdown. Just a bed, dresser, nightstand, lamps, window obscured by a curtain, and a desk. The furniture looked light and flimsy. Any wrong move, bitch. Everything falls. Oh my god, I'm going to guess this was furnished after the university acquired the property. On the informational packet, it had listed that the mansion had been a gift from an alumnus after he had passed. The university had decided to use it as part of the botany program because of the impressive greenhouse and unique flora. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I set my suitcase on the bed and started to pull out my things and place them in the room. The walls were thin and I could hear when the others came up those stairs and when doors opened and closed. That means no funny business. We can hear you. There was no set dinner scheduled. In fact, none of the meals were. I was trying to decide if I should just go downstairs and grab something really quick or not when I heard a commotion outside my room. I took a few slow steps towards the door and then stopped. Should I really go out there? Was what was going on any of my business? Oh shit, I clicked away. Oh. I'm gonna listen at the door. You outside my motherfucking room making noise, I'ma listen, bitch. I didn't want to get involved, but I couldn't help but be curious. I crept close to the door and pressed my ear against the wood to listen. It sounded like there were two voices and then three. They argued about the room arrangement, I thought. I couldn't really pick up too many details. I thought one of the voices might belong to Matt. The sound died down, so whatever the argument was about must have been resolved. I shrugged and decided to call it a night. My stomach... Oh, my bad. My stomach still felt delicate after the boat ride, so I decided to just nibble on some snacks I had brought and hang out in my room for the rest of the night. Can save. Here we go. Save game. Oh, excuse me. I had set my alarm, but there was no need. As soon as the others woke up, the noises of them getting ready stirred me awake. I sat up in the bed, feeling groggy, and got things together to wait for my turn to shower. Wait, how many bathrooms are there? There's only like one bathroom in this big ass mansion? Maybe it'll be like 4 or 5. After I was clean, dressed, and a little more coherent, I made my way to the dining room. According to the itinerary, there would be a hike after breakfast. Nobody changed their clothes. As I walked in, I saw that there was something not quite right. The others were gathered together discussing something. It's not a big deal. I'm more than capable of taking all of you. I don't really care either way. What's going on? The professor isn't taking us on the hike. Why not? He's drunk. He isn't drunk. Well, not anymore. He's just hungover. Don't worry, everyone. I'm qualified to take you all out on the hike. I told you that bitch got drunk. Man, what the fuck? Okay. If you don't want to come, it's alright. I won't tell Kent. You'll still get the credit. See you guys later, then. He said, I'm not going, bitch. Fuck you. Well, I'm going. I didn't sign up for this trip just to screw around. I guess I'll go too, better than just sitting around here. I'll sit this one out. See you guys at lunch. What's going on? I'm going to be taking everyone who wants to go on the hike. Professor Kent isn't feeling well. He's hungover. Jesse. Oh, I am going. Guilt Summer, what about you? On one hand, there wasn't really anything to do around here. On the other hand, did I really want to go walking through the woods if I didn't have to? We're going to the woods. Stay here in the sunken mansion, bored out of my mind? No thanks. I think I'll go. I was looking forward to it, actually. What about you, Ray? Are you coming? Yeah, I'll come as well. Well, whoever is coming with me, meet me out front in about 20 minutes. Eat a good breakfast first. Everyone else, I'll see you around lunchtime. I ate something quick and grabbed a bottle of water for the hike. Afterwards, I went out to meet the others. Are you guys ready? We all agreed and she clapped her hands together happily. I was almost impressed by how determined she was to remain chipper. Okay, great, follow me. Come on, let some shit pop off, let's go. We started to walk along a well-torn trail, heading deeper and deeper into the woods. Susan pointed out the trees and plants and rambled on about their different histories and Latin names. Eventually, her voice sort of faded into background. I said, focus on my surroundings, blah 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 blah. Okay? It was relatively peaceful, and I could see the appeal of living out alone on an island like this. We stopped at a clearing for a rest before we started heading back. Okay, everyone, feel free to explore around here, but don't go too far. It's not a very big island, but you could still get lost. Is there anything around here worth checking out? There is a small pond nearby, and then some wild rose bushes. I'm not sure about anything else, though. I want to see the roses. I think I'll just explore a bit. I'll go with you, Mary. I looked around and tried to decide what to do. Everyone started to wander off, so I decided I might as well check things out as well. Check out the pond. The pond sounded kind of nice, so I headed off in the direction Susan pointed. Maybe I'd see a turtle or a fish, though hopefully I wouldn't see any snakes. I mean, you would see a crocodile and shit. Wow. He threatened you because you ate the last Kit Kat? Threatened you how? What he gonna do? What he gonna do? Drive down to the store and get his own? And get another one? I mean, what you gonna do, sir? Huh? Not that I was especially afraid of them, I just had read a lot of the snakes on the island were venomous. The trees began to thin out a bit, and I eventually saw the water. I'm just saying, what he gonna do? Not a damn thing. Take your ass down to the store and get you another Kit Kat. You be alright. The pond was quiet and the water was still. I walked over and peered down into the mossy water. I could see movement, but I wasn't sure if it was from tiny fish or tadpoles. As I was standing there, I heard the crunch of footsteps behind me and turned to see Ray. Oh, why are you stalking me, Ray? Hey, this is pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, I wonder if there are a lot of fish in there. Maybe it's hard to see. It's really peaceful here. It was, but how did I feel about it? Everything about the air put me at peace. It was so relaxing. Yeah, this is great. I love it. We could just sit here for a while if you like, watch the water. That sounds like nice. He's laughing. He brushed off a rock that was somewhat flat and motioned for me to sit. When I did, he sat on the ground beside me. For some time, we enjoyed a comfortable silence between us, and then he looked up at me and spoke. I'm glad it came out here. The house would have been really dull. I agree. We should head back, though. Can I walk with you? Of course. Did you think I would make him walk several steps behind me or something? What the fuck, Ray? Get with the program, bitch. We started to head back to the clearing so we could meet up with the others. When we met up with everyone, Mary and Jesse told us about an old cabin that they found. Okay, guys, let's head back for lunch. Sounds good. Everyone else seemed ready to leave, so no one objected. He said Ghost Recon Wildlands is free until Sunday if you like those kind of games. No, I don't like those kind of games. Nah, it's okay. I never got into it. I tried to watch other people play it just to see. I can't get into it. As we walked back, Carl told us about the roses, and Ray mentioned the pond. I was happy to just listen to everyone else talk and think about what I was going to make myself for lunch. Is it free on all platforms, or is it just free on like... It has to be all platforms, right? I can let my son know. I'm sure he'll check it out. I don't think he likes it, though. I don't know. I gotta just tell him. Everyone gathered in the dining room, and then we got a surprising visit from the professor. He stumbled in holding his head. Sorry about that, everyone. I'm feeling a little better now. So the lab after lunch will go on as planned. I know you all had a great time with Susan, though. I'm sure you would have had less fun with me. Oh, okay, about Xbox. I'll just let my son know. Ghost Recon. Alright. He laughed and everyone else hesitantly laughed as well. Okay. Well, we then went back to eating our lunches and making a bit of small talk amongst ourselves. Excuse me. I went back to the kitchen after everyone had left to throw some trash away, and I saw Professor Kent tucking a flask into his pocket. I walked away and pretended I didn't see anything, but he hadn't even seemed to notice me. So that bitch is a fucking drunk. He's got a flask. He's a drunk. Once everyone was finished eating, we all started to make our ways toward the lab. I caught the professor taking a discreet sip from his flask, but ignored it. This bitch has a drinking problem. We piled in and found seats. The room was larger than necessary, so there was a lot of empty space. The professor walked up to a dry erase board and began copying notes onto it from a piece of paper in his hand. Professor Kent started a lecture, but it was very dull. I struggled to pay attention and take notes. I knew there wouldn't be any tests while we were there, but we were supposed to write papers. I thought, but Professor Kent was just so hard to listen to. I bit my lip to try to keep myself awake. However, I could feel my eyes starting to lose focus. I'm a doodle. I just couldn't take it anymore. No one else seemed to be paying attention either. The professor wasn't even looking up from the paper he was reading off of, unless it was to write something on the board. I started to doodle on my notebook, and then I glanced over to see Matt doing the same. He caught me looking and lifted the paper to show me his drawing. They're all drawing and shit. It was a crude and violent sketch of the professor with a knife sticking in his back. The fuck? He smirked and put his notebook back down. I just smiled and shook my head. Wow. Once the lecture was over, we were dismissed for dinner. No one stood up and stretched. I was really not looking forward to 4 weeks of these lectures, but we had free time for the rest of the day, so it wasn't so bad. We all slowly gathered back into the dining room and kitchen for dinner. No one was talking, and there was a strange tension in the air. Professor Kent was openly drinking from the flask and was looking around at all of us. Oh, I have an idea. Beach party. You guys need to loosen up. Let's take some stuff out to the beach. Chairs, blankets, build a fire, and just relax. I won't even check IDs if anyone wants a few beers. He gave a pointed look at Jesse, who was probably the only one among us who was under the legal drinking age. Wow. Wait. You're supposed to be on a school trip, but you're just drinking? I don't know. Okay, whatever. Just had a senior moment. Who's had a senior moment? I did? You did? What happened? That does sound like fun. Come on, guys, we can roast marshmallows. I looked around and saw that everyone had perked up. Maybe it would be a great chance for everyone to get to know each other and relax. Just don't bother bringing a bathing suit, as I'm sure you were told before. The water around the island isn't safe to swim in. No shit. Why is that? There are sudden drop-offs, and jellyfish and sharks are common in the area. Yes, all very dangerous. Don't forget stingrays. I'm sure just walking along the surf won't be a problem. Okay, don't swim, we get it. It's too chilly out now to swim anyway. Oh, you? I forgot how old I was for a moment. Don't ask. Oh, wow. I know, I sometimes have to pause and think about how old I am. And I'm like, oh. Carry on. I'm still fabulous. Let's go. Oh, meet you guys out there. Oh, Joey. I'll go too. We all stopped and looked at Joey. He's like, what? We are all truly honored, Joey. Joey rolled his eyes but went to get ready for the beach like everyone else. Joey is a freaking stunt queen. I went to my room to grab a spare towel to sit on. I actually hadn't brought a bathing suit. Of course, after learning about all of the hazards in the water around the island, I was glad I didn't. You don't need a bathing suit. A bra and underwear nowadays suffice, basically. Hopefully, it would help us bond a bit as a group. Even Joey was going after all. It was windy, but the fire kept me warm. Everyone was sitting around the flame talking and drinking. It was starting to be a lot of fun. Susan brought a radio that she had found. Carl was dancing to the music. He tried to get Mary to dance with him, but she just stood there, making everyone burst into fits of laughter. Wow, Mary's a fucking tool as well. Okay, that's fine, lady. Well, everyone but Jesse, who had decided to step in and pull Carl away. Mary gave him a small smile, and even without much light, I could see him blush. Joey and Matt were playing cards, and from what I could tell, Joey was winning. At least he was smiling, so I assumed he was winning. Jesse joined their game while Carl sat down on the sand behind Susan. The professor was drinking heavily, but maybe that was normal for him. He didn't seem to be too terribly drunk. He just sat a little off by himself looking around at us. I saw Susan glancing back at him, and I could have sworn I saw something pass between them. Oh god. I took another drink of my beer. My head was starting to feel light. Another beer, and I was laughing a little too much at the conversation. I looked down at my hands and realized that I was drunk. Ray sat beside me and handed me a bottle of water. Here, drink this. Thank you. I guess I don't really have the head for alcohol. I started giggling at myself as I tried to open the water, spilling it on my shirt in a process. Ray reached over and helped me. At least you're having fun. He smiled at me. I smiled back, but then I started to feel a little dizzy. I blinked slowly and took a few more sips of water. I think I'm going to go to bed. Do you want me to walk you back to your room? No. That's a little weird, sir. Especially when I'm a little inebriated. Get out of here. No. Stay here. Have fun. I'll see you in the morning. I stood up to go and said goodbye to everyone. Lock your door, too. Already had enough? I wish you could stay. Carl, get out of here. Be careful, Guilt Summer. Are you sure you can make it alone? Of course I can. Good night, everybody. I stumbled back towards the mansion, holding my hands out to keep from falling. I felt kind of lame being the first one to leave the party, but I didn't want to drink too much and be hungover tomorrow either. I took another drink of the water Ray gave me. When I think about it, he might have been the only one down here who wasn't drinking any alcohol. At least I hadn't seen him drink any. It was dark, but I could make it back to the mansion just fine. Yeah, it's right behind you, duh. I walked inside. The light inside felt really bright, so I blinked a few times to let my eyes adjust. I took my shoes off at the door so I didn't track sand everywhere. Then I heard footsteps behind me. I looked up and saw a shadow approaching. Oh, don't be creepy, Professor Kent. Don't be that creepy. Why are you following me? Oh, I'm locking my door. And I'm sleeping fully clothed. Shoes and socks, everything. Boo. Oh, it's you. You startled me. Don't worry, I don't bite. Oh, bitch. He stepped closer to me and I moved aside so that he could go around me. Instead of walking away, he just came closer. What the? This professor is creepy as shit. So I'll see you in the morning. I'm going to... What's the hurry? He took another step closer. I tried to step back again, but my back hit the wall. I suddenly felt very sober. I really didn't like the look in his eyes or how he was closing the space between us. What should I do? Let's wait and see what happens. I decided to just wait. Would he really? Could he? So what do you think you're doing? What do you think you are doing? Kent pulled away from me and took the opportunity to get away. And I took the opportunity to get away. Exactly. As I rushed upstairs, I could hear them argue. Wow. Are they dating? You're like a little jungle fever there. How could you? What did you think you were doing with her? Susan, just listen to me. Oh, punch him in his shit, girl. Their voices faded as I staggered to my room. My heart was racing and I was out of breath from running up the stairs. The alcohol was still making my movements sloppy. I sat on the bed and covered my eyes. I looked at the door with no lock. Oh no, there's no lock on the door? I considered putting a chair against it, but it wouldn't be heavy enough to do any good. Eventually, I convinced myself to calm down. Sleep under the bed. I don't know. He was probably just drunk and wouldn't even remember what had happened. So I just for so I should just forget about it too. Girl, please. Nothing happened, so I blinked away some tears and tried to control my emotions. I changed into my pajamas and laid on the bed, for every sound outside my door made me flinch. My thoughts jumped all over the place, but I tried to quiet them. I would still put... She got a dresser. Push that shit against the door. The day is over, so I decide to call it a night. Whoa! Is that earthquake? Hi, Dark. How you doing? Ah! A scream jolted me awake. I blinked a few times, confused. It was morning, but still pretty early. I wanted to believe that I imagined it, but the sound of everyone leaving the rooms and running in the hallway chased away any doubt. Oh, shit. What happened? I don't know. It came from downstairs. When we walked downstairs, we saw the others. I heard a scream. I think it came from the master suite. I'll check it out. Wait, there's Susan. Susan emerged from the main suite with blood on her hands and clothes. No one spoke. I held my breath. Her eyes were wide. Her lips trembled. She saw us and rushed over. He's dead! I'm doing okay, Dark. We played an indie, little horror game, but it lasted all of, 30 minutes. So I decided to go play this, visual novel. It's like a murder mystery type deal. This bitch is dead! She killed him! Susan killed him. What? Kent! I went in there to wake him up for his this morning's hike. She reached up to cover her face, but saw her bloody hands and whispered, "Is this supposed to be some kind of joke? Go see for yourself then. I'll go call 911. Wait, the professor was killed? He was dead? I tried to let it sink in, but it just didn't feel real, however. I don't understand what happened. How, I mean? So much blood. I think someone stabbed him. Calm down. Did you see who did it? Did someone break into the mansion? No. I walked in and there was just... No one was just... It must have happened last night while we were all sleeping then. The phone isn't working. Oh, shit. I think the professor and this chick right here, Susan, is up to no good and trying to act like he's not, I don't think he's dead. But they're trying to, keep these kids... I don't know, I think they're up to it. I think they're behind it. They're acting like he's dead, but he's not dead. Excuse me. What? No! Susan and Mary both went back into the kitchen to check on the phone. I looked back at the open door to the master suite. This is ridiculous. I'm going to go see for myself. I don't know if we should. I'd like to see if this is real and not some fucked up prank. Matt shrugged and started walking towards the room. Ray and Joey followed him. Jesse stayed behind with Carl. I don't want to see. I'm staying here. Me neither. What was I going to do? Did I really need to see the professor's body? Would I believe that it had really happened if I didn't? I'm going to go see for myself. Fuck that shit. Let's go. I need to see it for myself. I can't handle. I followed Matt and Ray into the room. The light was on and there was a strong metallic smell in the air. Kent or his body was on the bed. The blankets and sheets were twisted up and damp with blood. No one spoke at first, and my throat felt dry. Body was Kent. Twisted up and damp with blood. I looked away from the blood and covered my mouth. A horrible feeling was boiling in my gut, and I didn't want to puke. Not here, not now. He's been dead for a while. The blood isn't really fresh. Huh. It's still wet. Joey turned away and he dry heaved. He walked back towards the door but didn't leave. I can't believe it. It looks like he was stabbed several times by something fairly sharp. The blood isn't fresh, it's dark, and a lot of it is dry. Can that happen within 8 hours? Huh. I don't see any kind of weapon. The blankets are all messed up, so he probably tried to put up a fight. He was really drunk, so it might not have been much of a fight. It was really a job for the police. I knew I should leave, but at the same time, I wanted to know who, why, how. Maybe we should look for clues. We probably shouldn't disturb a crime scene. I like the way you think. Ray is right, though, I guess. We should leave. Let's go see if Mary and Susan were able to contact the police. By the time they get the phone to work and shit, or the charter boat comes back, his body would have started decomposing if he's really dead. We left and I closed the door behind me. I continued taking careful breaths to prevent myself from getting sick. I looked at Carl and Joey, but no one spoke. I didn't really want to say what I saw out loud. They didn't ask any questions. There was just a tense silence. It was broken by Susan and Mary returning. Both looked very upset. Susan's voice shook as she spoke. There's something wrong with the phone. It's not working. It's dead, but everything is plugged in. No way. What do you mean? The line is dead. We've tried everything, but we can't get it to work. What are we gonna do? Just great. Perfect. Everyone fell silent for a moment. Then we all started to look at Susan. She was a TA after all. Is there really no cell reception on the island? No, not that I know of. What about a radio or a boat? The boat that dropped us off will come back for us, but that won't be for 4 weeks. Other than the landline, I know of no way to reach the mainland. There isn't another boat on this whole damn island or phone. Really, we should see what we can find. We can split up and search for a boat or another phone. No way, we should split up. This is a murder. There is a murder on the loose. Unless the murderer is one of us. One of us? No way. I suppose it's possible. I mean, there's nobody else on the island that you know of. So, everybody's a suspect at this point. We shouldn't start pointing fingers. That will only lead to chaos. Okay. Just let me think for a moment. Everyone fell silent and waited. I looked around at the others. Was one of us really capable of murder? And if so, who and why? Okay, we need to see if we can find a phone, radio, or boat. What if there's some crazed killer running around, though? What if he's in the house? Then we just need to stick together so no one is alone. Let's split into 2 groups. One to search by the dock and the other to search the house. As long as the 2 groups stay together, we'll probably be safe. Okay, then who is going where? I'll stay here and look for another phone. Lies, bitch. You need to take your ass out and look for a dock or some shit.